We are beginning our journey on our Love Out Loud path. I'm short, but I don't need this stool. Good morning to all of you. Well, here we are. We are beginning our journey on our Love Out Loud path. I do have to be honest with you, though. When I first heard the inklings of this new journey, my inner self did not respond in a very positive way. I moved right into my selfish mode, and one of my first thoughts was, why should I be asked to help reduce Pilgrim's debt? The sanctuary was already here when I joined Pilgrim. In fact, before even visiting Pilgrim for the first time, I had driven past here for about a year, muttering to myself, what is wrong with that church that they chose to build a sanctuary that doesn't even blend with the old church? But fortunately for me, God is very patient with me and waited till I stopped muttering and waited until I finally remembered to be still. It was only then that God opened my heart and my eyes, so that even before actually joining Pilgrim, I was able to see all around me the wonderful ministries that were blooming here at Pilgrim. And it was then that I understood what God is doing here. More importantly, eventually I realized that I don't figure these things out by myself, that it was prayer that was happening, and I just happened to be the channel. For when our minds, our hearts, and our bodies are all present, that full presence is prayer. And it's then that God is really able to use us. That is, when we get out of the way, and we let God lead the way. What I finally recognized is that by paying down our debt, the possibilities were almost limitless of what other ministries would be born here at Pilgrim. Ministries to honor God, to support one another, and to reach out into the community and touch the unchurched, the abandoned, the lost, the homeless, the hungry, the disenfranchised. Because prayer is not about changing God, but being willing to let God change me. True prayer is about getting the who right. Just exactly who is doing the praying, me or God in me? Because prayer is an exercise in divine participation, me opting in and God always there. Prayer is not about finding the right words and the correct formula. Prayer is simply a matter of humility and trust. So I invite you all to join with me in praying daily for the courage to allow the Holy Spirit into our hearts and into our minds, and especially to pray for the wisdom to be still and listen to what God is planning for our church. Because prayer is not intended to influence God, but it is intended to allow God to influence us. It is not about seeking our will, but learning to discern God's will. Prayer is not about me or you. It is all about God. Thank you very much, and through our prayers, may we each be filled with the gifts of the Holy Spirit.